Greetings. Thanks for watching. And so we're going to start off here with a 14 card reading that is a past lives, for reading a past life. And we start off here with our first card, which is the Knight of Wands. And this is in the first position, which is the basic nature of the soul for this past life. The Knight of Wands means that you were, for this particular life, you were very, you were energetic, you were a good leader, you were charismatic, you were probably a sun sign, like Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. You were curious, you had a lot of energy, and you usually went after what you wanted. We'll move down here to our second card, which is the environment that you were in this life. The Three of Coins. The Three of Coins means that your family had some means. There was work involved. You were there was a worth ethic, or there was a need to maybe work from a young age. Then we'll move on to our third card here, which is your early years. And for the early years, we've got a king. We've got the King of Coins. In your early years, you were treated well. You were maybe the firstborn son. You had you had no wants or needs. You were a hard worker as a kid, but it looks like you had your everything taken care of you. Everything that you needed was taken care of for you. And this was kind of hard to see. This is the fourth card, which is education. Two of Swords. The Two of Swords for education. This could mean that there was some type of conflict about your education, or maybe your education was cut short in this past life, or could also, I think, mean that you had a military education. Now we'll move down here to our fifth card. The fifth card is your accomplishments in this past life. We've got another king. This is the King of Wands. This card, is a lot like the first card here, the nature of the soul, which means it's kind of, I see this as a progression. The nature of the soul is to be, is to go out with, have a lot of energy to explore, to get what you want, kind of thing. And now down here with the king, your accomplishments were achieved. You achieved whatever your goal was, and your accomplishments were enough to make you possibly a king. We'll move over here to our sixth card, which is occupation, and that just reinforces what these two kings have kind of been saying, that your occupation was you were in charge. This is the Emperor. You were in charge. You were the king. You were the maybe the ruler of a large corporation, something like that. But you were the one calling the shots, and everybody looked up to you. So your occupation, it says here, was the Emperor. So this is actually working out pretty well. We will then move on to our seventh card, which is social status. So for your social status, again, we pulled another king. This is time the King of Cups. So your social status was, you were loved as a king. You were the king that maybe was worshipped, or looked up to by the people, or maybe a savior of your people. It could be like Napoleon, or maybe Henry VIII. In a sense that Henry had a lot of wives. So we'll move on to our eighth card, which is social. No, I did that. Social status. Eighth card is relationships, and we've got strength. So again, if in your relationships, you were the one that was calling the shots. You were the one that told people what to do. You were the one that was in control of the situation. The ninth card is family life. And here we have the Five of Wands. Your family life, it could have been a little tumultuous. There could have been some disagreements or conflict. know, it could also mean, because there's 5 wands here, it could also mean that maybe you had 5 children in this past life, or that maybe if it was, you know, to go with the Henry VIII thing, you could have 5 wives. I think he had 5 wives. Perhaps he had 6. He had to get 5 or 6. I'm not sure. So the 10th card represents death, and we got the Queen of Cups. Your death was tranquil. You lived a long life, died of old age, or because she's got that cup in her hand like that. I don't know. It could be that you were poisoned by one of your wives, something like that. But anyway, it looks to me like it was a very tranquil death for you. We now move on to the 11th and 12th card. These cards are lessons learned from the past life. What we have here are the 7 of this one, the pink one there on the left is a 7 of Swords, and then on the right we have the World. So what did you learn from this past relationship? You learned that there are many ways to win a battle, and also that it is possible to have everything that you want.
He was underestimated from the start. Sit down, Holly. Sit down.
And then we are moving on to the last 2 cards, the 13th and the 14th card, which are down here. These are, how this past life affects your current life. We've got 2 more cards. We've got the Lovers on the left and the 9 of Cups on the right. So the Lovers on the left means that, how it affects, you're confident in your relationships. You understand, what love is, and you're confident in your relationships. And then the 9 of Cups here, and you know what you have to do to make your dreams make your wishes come true. And we did that in 8 minutes. Okay, great. Thanks for watching.